Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction for Arsenal 1, Man City 3 in the Premier League. It is a huge result, absolutely massive this one. It was needed as well, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let's jump into it. So what a result this is, going away to the Emirates and winning 3-1. And by the way, it's Arsenal's first defeat at home all season in the Premier League, so it's absolutely huge. Now going into it, any result but a loss would have been a fantastic result. And for me, this game was kind of a tale of two halves, because if you look at it, Pep tinkered again. He made changes. Bernardo left back. Bizarre, but he did it. It was good to see Diaz back in the team. I thought Laporte should have started. Walker on the right-hand side and Ake in there in the middle with Diaz. In midfield, he went with Gundogan, De Bruyne and Rodri again. Ahead of them, you had Mahrez, Grealish and Haaland. Now, for me, like I said, going into it, it was all about not getting beat. And Pep seemed to think the same way as well, because in that first half, City set out to just defend, slow the game down, time waste, something we don't see City often do, but something I absolutely love. I love it when Pep plays a little bit dirty like that. We saw it last season against Atletico Madrid when we played their games, their little tactics. I love it. And, the first half, it was working out for a while. We were frustrating them. They were still getting in behind. They were still having half chances, but they weren't creating much, really. A couple of silly yellow cards for Walker and Bernardo too. Particularly the Walker one when Diaz gave him the ball when Walker was off the pitch. I don't know what that was all about. But we got our goal. De Bruyne, he gambled. It was Grealish, I think, harassing Tomiyasu. He gives the ball back to Ramsdale, but De Bruyne's there first, gets it, left foot, goal, 1-0. And you're thinking to yourself, can we make it to half-time with a clean sheet? I thought we weren't going to. And we didn't. We gave a penalty away, a needless penalty. For me, was it a penalty? Because for me, both players collided with each other. I don't think Ederson took him out. I don't think Nketiah took him out. I just think it was a collision. Nketiah got to the ball first. He got it on target. It was cleared off the line. I think a penalty is super, super harsh. But then again, I thought the referee had a pretty strange first half. And we saw him book Ederson at the 35 minutes for time wasting, when in reality, all we see at the Etihad is teams time wasting against us. It's all we ever see, and we never see anything done about it. Not only did he book Ederson for time wasting in the 35th minute, but he also added 6 minutes on at the end of the half. It was crazy. So City, we went in 1-1 at halftime, and really it was bizarre. I was saying at halftime that it'd be a miracle if we got out of this game with a draw. I would have still taken a draw going into it. 20 minutes into the second half, I would have still taken a draw, because again, we weren't really playing free-flowing football. We were happy to let Arsenal have all the possession. And they were getting behind us every now and then. But the big change came when he flipped Ake to left back, where he should have probably started the game. He moved Bernardo up front on the right. And he took Mahrez off. Now, I'm not saying Mahrez was a problem, because I think him and Grealish were quite ineffective in the first half. Like Gundogan, like De Bruyne, pretty much. There was a lot of ineffective plays. They were just trying to sit back and defend in the first half. But in the second half, when we pushed up a little bit, when we kind of put pressure on the Arsenal defense, it was when Ake went left back and Bernardo moved to the right. And I've got to say, once that happened, Ake shut down Saka completely. Because in the first half, we were seeing Odegaard popping up everywhere in that, between the defense and the midfield, collecting the ball and giving it immediately outright to Saka to run at the byline, run into the box, give it to Nketiah. He was doing what he wanted to do. When the second half, Ake shut him down completely, absolutely pocketed him for me. Brilliant performance by Ake all game, but in the second half in particular, I think he helped turn it. And also Bernardo's work rate, even though he looked absolutely tired, and I was shocked that Pep kept him on for the full game, he was helping press in the second half, and he helped Haaland a lot more, because in the first half, whereas Haaland was doing all the running, in the second half, Bernardo was helping him with De Bruyne. So Arsenal were making more mistakes, and that's where the other goals came from. Wonderful play by the team to win the ball high up and just counter-attack from inside the Arsenal half and punish them. Something we don't see quite often these days, which is City punishing mistakes from the opposite team. We see it against us all the time, and it was nice for it to go the other way this time. And it was a wonderful finish, actually, by Grealish, the second goal. Again, wonderful play by Bernardo. He plays it into Haaland, who was very lucky to not have a penalty after he was brought down by Gabriel, but, offside saved him that time. And again, I thought the referee had a bizarre moment there, because he booked Gabriel. He could have sent him off, because Gabriel did actually put his hands on him. He pushed the referee, but then the referee rescinded the yellow card. I think he should have kept it for pushing him, but never mind that. It all falls to Gundogan, edge of the box, wonderful vision. He gives it to Grealish. And I was thinking to myself, do not take a touch, just hit it first time, which is what he did. Little deflection, goal, 2-1. In Arsenal, you expect them to come out, so they did a little bit, but the boys kept the shape. They didn't really give too much away again. And even though Arsenal made it to the byline a couple of times, the crosses, once Akanji came on as well, him, Ake, Diaz, phenomenal blocking shots, heading clear. They were winning absolutely everything in that 18-yard box and on the edge of it as well. And Diaz himself made a couple of fantastic challenges through that game. And then the third goal came when Arsenal were pushing. Again, they make another mistake. Gundogan feeds De Bruyne through, and his cross fizzed into Haaland, who controlled it beautifully, to be honest, and swiveled with his right foot, hitting it in the far corner. Past Ramsdale, no chance. And yeah, we were very little troubled after that. Honestly, it's a fantastic performance, and we may not have had the possession. We didn't have the free-flowing football. Arsenal pretty much had all of that. But the boys, in the end, they did defend quite well. And something I will criticise the team for is that when we do defend, most of the time we look quite desperate. We look really poor at it. I guess because we don't do a lot of it. And I was saying during the watch-along as well that when we keep clean sheets, it's not because of our goalkeeper. It's because of the defence. It's because of the massive effort they put in and the massive quality they've got. And like I said, Diaz, him being back today, massive leader. You saw it when people were blocking shots, clearing it, heading it, whatever they were doing. He was always behind in the background, clapping, cheering, getting them pumped up. Love that from Diaz. So it's great to have him back, and he has to start in every game going forward. Now, every game he's fit, he has to start. We can't leave him out of this team. And the quicker we get Laporte back alongside him, push Ake on the left, that defense is pretty much back to where it was. I thought Walker had a good game as well. I've been critical of him in recent months, thinking that Lewis should be playing in these type of games. But Walker, he put in a massive shift today. He really did. And, it's huge. It's a huge result, this. Because Arsenal were giving it big in beforehand. And I think a draw for both teams would have probably been ideal for both teams in the end because they stay top of the league. They have a chance to go 6 points clear if they win their game in hand. And we just keep in touch with them. But to get the win, it's huge. And to shut them down as well, because this means Arsenal haven't won their last 4 games. Now, it's 4 games they've not won in a row. So they are on a wobble. It's gone from a mini wobble to a bit of a crisis. And that's going to put more pressure on them going into the next games. As long as City keep performing like this, putting in results, because we need results in the next games. We don't play at home in the league now until March. We need results going forward, and we need to keep this momentum. And to do that, Pep has to play a consistent team. He can't keep making 4 or 5 changes between every game. Just keep the formation, do whatever. Or just keep the players on, let them do their thing. Yeah, that's it, really. Like I said, big result. And I guess today we showed why we're champions. I had my doubts, I did. And even during the game, I had my doubts. I think we almost have done in that first half because it was looking like it wasn't going to be our day. But we got through it. And like I said, we grinded out that result. And I'm even more proud of the boys that we didn't have all the possession. And we didn't have all the, all the ball. And we didn't really play like our usual selves, that we still ground out that result because that's what champions have to do. We're a team in transition, And not a lot of people are putting emphasis on that fact. We are a team in transition. We are just like doing things different way. We are having to find different ways to win games. Yes, we've got Haaland up front, but we're playing different kind of football at the moment. And to see us grinding out that result and showing what we're made of and the players willing to put in that effort and make these changes as well. It's just a quality football team, this. It really is. And especially with everything going on with the Premier League at the moment. And it must be getting to the players. So to keep their mind on football and to keep their determination up, it deserves a lot of credit. So great result. Thanks for watching. As always, make sure to hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much as always. Bye-bye.